This is Dr. Dre. Party's going on. Thank God it's Friday.
Ding, ding, dong. Ring, ding, ding.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Hey, life's a risk, carnal.
I do a great impression of a hot dog.
Billy likes to drink soda.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack!
Come on, seriously, who is that?
I only came here to do two things, man. Kick some ass and drink some beer. Looks like we're almost out of beer.
Watchers, what is up? You are listening to Now Watch This, and I am your host, Little Joe. Watchers, what has been going on? What is going on in Watcher World? It's been 5 weeks in a row that we've had episodes now. We had another good one with Manny Torres last week, and I got another, I would say, great one coming up this week. This young man found out that there would maybe be a challenger to his Now Watch This throne, I guess. Now Watch This guest throne. But when I need a guest, I know, there's certain people that I can turn to. And it's always good, like, made a lot of friends in the podcast world, but it's always good when one of those friends is in your hometown and you can say, Chuck, meet me at the bar and let's grab a beer. And that's who I got in today. And I gotta say, guys, we pulled him away from a Patriots game, but joining us tonight is CM Chuck from Just Another Friday Night. Chuck, how are you doing?
Doing well, Joe. How are you, sir? It's great to see you. Great to be back on Now Watch This. Got to defend the throne, brother. I cannot allow Jerry or Anthony or any of those guys to come and try and take my number one slot here.
I tell you, man, the Podfather Jerry has been on a bunch of times, man. So,
well, he's just so damn good at what he does, right? I mean, like Jerry is. It's hard to not have or want Jerry around. His general aura is like, yes. It's like Christmas, right? It's like,
dude, especially at this time, this is his busy time of year, and this is when everyone comes knocking. I'm sure it's when he's getting probably the most downloads and everything. But dude, Christmas time comes, and that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Jerry, I've told him this, and I've told Anthony this. Tis the podcast and Totally Rad Christmas are the two Christmas podcasts that I do listen to year round. But we're talking about listening to podcasts year round. I got to start in my hometown and probably San Antonio's premier live Friday night podcast with P Breaks is Just Another Friday Night. How have things been going over in the Friday Night Faithful?
Oh man, Joe, it's been good, man. If there is one constant in my life that is my North Star, it is Just Another Friday Night. Me and Double A talking pop culture, the things we love. We had some shaky moments just regarding like we off for 3-4 weeks.
It's been because I am a fan and I do listen.
Thank you.
I do get to join, although I haven't joined. I think the last one I joined on was Apocalypse Now, which like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
But the Spawn one was great. And then your Heroes one recently. They say a hero can save us.
In the words of Chad Kroger, right?
Because I'm not gonna sing that for you, Chuck. I had some things planned later to sing, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, we always appreciate all the support and love you've given us, Joe, over the years, and it's been great to, like you said, kind of be in the same town with you. Shoot, I should have told you, pick me up and we'll do this one together, but I know it's a weeknight for you, so I was happy to do it virtual. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's great to be here. Miss seeing Luck, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, man.
but it's all good, man. I don't know that this subject tonight would have been his forte. I don't think he was a fan, right?
He's not a Seinfeld fan, man. He's not a Seinfeld fan, but
He's
I
got
mean,
great comedic taste. I'll say that, man, because that opening you guys have, Joe, is by far one of the best I've ever seen. It's hilarious.
thank you.
I cannot tell whether I like you more as Chevy Chase or Bill Murray, but it's definitely not Kim Basinger though. You are not.
Yes, I told Luck many times. I'm like, why am I always the chick, man? Come on.
Well, because he's the creative genius behind that. I
Yeah,
don't know how the
yeah.
hell he does that, but it's
I don't either.
great. It's
Yeah.
so great. I will never get tired of seeing y'all's opening, man. It's hilarious, and it just gets me in the mood to hear you guys chop it up.
He's definitely the technical aspect of Now Watch This, man. So
Yeah.
do appreciate Luck. I said it last week, Chuck, but Luck actually went out for milk, so he'll be back.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, we've been told before, haven't we, Joe? It's like
He's coming back soon.
well, why do all the positive males in our lives leave us?
Oh,
Oh
I need
man.
an adult.
I know. That
But
sounds like a shot on my dad, and he's
no,
around. He's literally
I
here
was
right
gonna
now.
say, yeah, that dude's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to him. Was
Oh,
it
thank you.
the recent Marine's birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
so
Yeah, and he actually does have a birthday coming up next month. So yeah, man, it's been great having him around and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
and Veterans Day as well. So
yeah, man,
yes,
thank
sir.
you, man. Hey,
So Chuck, this show we're gonna do here tonight. Um, my idea is for us to watch it together, and then we'll just talk about the episode. But before we get into the episode, what's your history with the show Seinfeld?
man, Joe, Seinfeld is one of those shows that I have been watching since probably I guess I was a freshman in high school, which was like '96, I think. I don't even remember when it premiered. Did it premiere in
Yeah.
'89 or something like that?
Uh,
89,
I,
90?
I believe so. I know it ran throughout the 90s.
Yeah. So I
Um,
was a little bit, again, a lot of the jokes were kind of over my head, I guess sometimes because I was a younger person. But man, like for the laughs that were there, they were there. So I have loved this show since then. It's probably easily probably one of my top five shows. It's probably easily the show I've watched the most, although I will always claim The Simpsons as number one.
oh
There
yeah.
were episodes of that show that I still haven't even seen because there's just so many
Oh,
damn many
it's still
episodes of them.
going. It's still
Yeah.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I would love to really sit and I know those first maybe like 5, 6 seasons really well, but I
Hmm.
mean, even then, when I catch an episode, Joe, of The Simpsons that I haven't seen that may be a couple years old, it's still relevant. It still holds up. It still makes me laugh my ass off. So,
Yeah.
Simpsons will always be tops, always be number one, but Seinfeld is right up there, man, in like
Yeah.
might be the 2 slot, 3 slot. But I can tell you this for sure: it is the show that I have rewatched the most, like in its entirety. Like it was used to be like I know you've talked before on this show about a show you go to sleep to, a show you have on in the
Yeah.
background. I
Comfort.
literally know almost, all the episodes, kind of by heart, the lines, what's going to come up next. I just love it. My dad, you mentioned my dad, he didn't love it at first. I got him
Mhm.
into it, and he loves it now.
Yeah.
The whole family, we kind of, huddle around it a little bit and get some great laughs out of it. So it's just one of these shows I think that's kind of stood that test of time. So yeah, when you mentioned talking about it, I was like, absolutely. I've always got time for Seinfeld. We did it on our show
Yeah.
on Just Another Friday Night. I think I've talked about it with Anthony and Jerry in some capacity. So yeah, man, it's our time to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta ask you then. So, if you guys are fans of Seinfeld, are you fans of Curb Your Enthusiasm as well?
Hmm. Yeah. Same thing. Excuse me, I got ice in my mouth.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're good. You're good. Yeah. Or like,
I didn't
because
mean to crunch it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, did you watch Seinfeld in its original run? Do you
Yeah,
remember
I was.
the ending and everything?
I do. I was a little late to the dance, but I remember like I kind of jumped in on when it kind of started, and then I guess it got in syndication pretty quick because I was able to
Yeah.
catch up on the old ones. And I can remember literally watching Joe. I can remember when I was watching my first run through, thinking to myself, "Man, I can't wait to there's because this has been the time before streaming and stuff." I was like, I can't wait to go back and be able to watch. The episodes where Jerry and Elaine are together. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that the show started like after they were together. So
Oh, okay,
when I
okay.
went back to look
Yeah.
for that, I was like, oh man, like the whole show starts after that. It's just something they talk about. But I can remember that being a big driving factor in me wanting to see that. But yeah, I got to see like in real time, like the yada yada, and it was like
Yeah.
must see TV Thursdays, and all those great episodes. So yeah, I remember I was super jazzed for the end of well, not jazzed that it was ending, but jazzed that I was going to get to see it in real time. The series finale, and then yeah, when Curb came out, I didn't immediately get on it because I didn't have HBO, but when I was able to finally catch it, and that's a show too that I thought I had seen through its entirety, but they added more seasons. Is that what happened with Curb?
Yeah, well, like the thing was, it's like they had Curb going, and then Larry Sanders. Larry Sanders. Larry David would just take off. Like, I mean,
Okay.
not take off, but he'd be like, I don't know if that was the end of it or not. We might come back, we might not. But the cool thing about HBO is they gave him the option.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
that
dude, like, he basically did another season of Seinfeld in season 7.
Yes, that's
Had
my favorite one.
Yeah,
I love that. And it's kind of crazy too, right? Because you got to say that these characters, they're so quirky, right? That I get what he means when he says like, "Oh, I didn't know if that was the end or not," right? Because Seinfeld ends in like what, the 90s
yeah,
and
98.
it 98, right? And it's like 9 seasons, right? But in time, what do we get? Like cell phones, social media. It's like, wow, now there's a whole new world of online dating. There's a whole new world for these four people to make new jokes about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, obviously too, like, Jerry and the gang, they're like these, consummate singles, right? And it's like, well, obviously they grow up, they got older, and it's like, then you do get a relationship. It's like there's a whole well of jokes I'm sure you can make just about the
dude, like,
relationship life and being
yeah,
friends in that scenario.
yeah, like and then they talk about like where the things come from, and then they started putting things into the show, because like the whole if you remember the Kramer reality tour,
Yeah.
uh, the dude that they kind of made Kramer off of, he started doing a reality tour there in New York, and so they just went and made an episode about it. This episode that we're gonna do here, it came from one of the two of the writers arguing about the car that they had actually being John Voight's car.
Oh
The
wow.
way that the way that they found out, Chuck, that it wasn't the car was, as spoiler alerts, John Voight's going to cameo in this show here. So the way they found out that that car wasn't actually owned by John Voight was getting him to do this episode. So there you
Wow.
go. It went full brown circle.
Well, I gotta tell you too, Joe, like you talked about kind of my history and like with this episode specifically, right? Is like, again, I talked about certain jokes going over my head, and I've seen this episode like dozens of times. But
Mm.
in my rewatch, I guess like last year, maybe the year before, I was like, I was asking my dad questions. I was like, what's up with the little song they're singing and like the nosebleeds and like
Oh,
the
you
end,
didn't know about Midnight Cowboy?
I did. I knew of it, but I'd
Yeah,
never seen it. And my dad was like, "Oh man, you gotta watch it." He's like, "But it's kind of a bummer." So then
yeah.
I went on this hunt, right, Joe, and like it wasn't streaming anywhere. So I was like, "Okay," like I couldn't find it. So I
Chuck,
ended
I
up
think it's
asking,
like rated X, dude.
"Really?
Yeah, I
I
think it
didn't know
was.
that."
It's one of the few rated X movies that won an Academy Award.
Damn, do you know why it's that rating, Joe? Because when I did finally watch it.
I have not seen it. I have not seen it.
Okay, so check this out, Joe. So I think I wanted to see it so bad that I think it might have been around Christmas time last year, I was like actually asking for this movie for like Christmas, and there's like a
Bro,
Criterion
people looking at
collection.
you weird?
I don't. Well, you know what? I don't think anybody even thought about the rating. I know I
Yeah.
didn't know that, but and especially now you tell me that after I saw it, I was like, there's nothing that I would say that
Yeah,
was
it's
so,
listed as a classic, you know.
yeah.
It won
Um,
Academy Award.
Yeah, and so I ended up with two copies of it. I own two copies now on Blu-ray, the cool Criterion Collection version, and then I have like a regular version. And man, solid flick. But yeah, it really is a fucking bummer. Like I was like, man, this is like, it's right up there with those movies we talk about, like Less Than Zero,
Yeah, that
Requiem for a Dream. You're
you
like, you
watch it
don't.
one time and that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah, like
I'm good one and done. Double A
yeah,
would say Logan. He does not like Logan because he's like, it's
yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah,
depressing. And I was like, yeah, it is. It's not a happy movie by any means, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's definitely in that category. But I finally got to make the connection between some of the things in that movie and in this episode. So
It's funny
I
because in doing my research, that's the like one of the number one things like looked out for. It's like, what does this mean? What is with this thing? So like, it's one of the things I started to love about Seinfeld is while they had real things that were funny, they went an extra way to kind of twist reality a little bit and kind of make fun of themselves, make fun of the things
yeah,
um uh going on and different things like that. It was one of the great sitcoms that I remember, and there's just not enough of those anymore. Like
man. Yeah,
I
I
can't
totally
tell
agree with you.
you one or two that I watch now, like
Yeah.
appointment watching.
Yeah, I get you. I know you and Jerry covered the Goldbergs, right? Pretty
Yeah.
recently. I mean, like, I guess that'd be like a kind of a newer show, but that one's not on anymore, right?
That's the thing about us, Chuck. Like that's how old we are. It's like that's a newer show to us. I was
Yeah.
talking about Modern Family, like it was a newer show. Like
Wow, I
that's
know.
one of the newer sitcom, and it's not even on
It's
anymore.
been over, right?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, no, you're totally right. And I think too, it's the way we watch TV, right, Joe? Like you
Yes.
said, we used to have to schedule it, and it would be like, man, Thursday night you can't miss Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
But now because you don't want to be the person at work on Friday that doesn't know what's going on or doesn't get the
Yeah.
yada yada joke. But now it's like everyone streams everything, so there's like
Yeah.
it's hard to, I would say definitely like the sitcom is, definitely hard to find. And there's a lot of other good programming out there, but everything almost feels like a movie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Everything except sports, man. Sports is the only thing that we
yeah,
watch. I would say live anymore. Like
right.
I do watch a sitcom. I watch Abbott Elementary, which is great.
Okay. Okay.
It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Is still good. But um, you're right. Like I stream those. Like I stream
Right.
those now. So
Yeah.
what do you think of it now? Like you turn on the apps now. I've been asking everybody this, and like say for Halloween, it gives you all the Halloween episodes. Like Peacock's great about it. Like
Yeah.
it's Roseanne and all her Halloween episodes, stuff like that. So what do you think of that?
Man, I mean, I love it. You know what I mean, Joe? Because
Yeah.
how often it is, I know that we're kind of similar in the sense that it's like the season rolls around, the burn months, and we start thinking,
Yeah.
it was kind of funny, right? Because we talked about this, and I correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to bury the lead here, but we're covering this episode because the Thanksgiving aspect.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and like when I had mentioned, you were like, "Hey, I want to do something. What do you think?" And I kind of tossed some things out of you, and you're like, "Nah, I'm a little Halloweened out." I was like, "Okay, yeah,
yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I get it too." You know what I mean? Like, you get in the mode, but then you're real quick to move right into the next thing. Like, what's the next thing? Okay, let's get into Thanksgiving mode and like fall and those things. And then I know that right after that, right after we're done with that first plate of turkey, we're gonna be, if we're not fully invested in Christmas yet, we're gonna be there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I just like that it is available to you like that. Like it's like, oh, I don't have to hunt around or remember or Google like, man, what
Yeah.
episode of
Well, I
Roseanne
know
was it with Christmas? And
you're a big fan of physical property, right?
love,
Like
yeah, love physical
everything that you
media.
you love having a disc of it or a cut of it,
Absolutely.
So you're a big fan of physical property. Do you tend to take that out, or if it's streaming available to you, do you go to it? Because I'm gonna tell you something, Chuck.
Hmm.
Like I wish I would have. I mean, it's still probably available. I can find it somewhere. But like the Roseanne episodes on Peacock, they cut them a little bit.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
really?
they
Yeah.
either a friend of mine who works in TV was saying like they changed the aspect ratio and some of the stuff
Mm,
just had to be cut out because at the time they filmed them, they didn't think that they'd be showing all that shit. So I
yeah.
guess like stuff had to be cut, but it sucks because I've watched these episodes my whole life, and
Right.
and now it's a little bit different or something.
Hey, Joe, that's a reason for you to make your way out, make a trek out to your nearest CD or movie exchange and look for an old DVD copy box set of that Roseanne. I bet you
Well,
could find. My
they have
sister
a
actually owns
Halloween
some.
episode a disc
Is
of
that
the
right?
Roseanne. Yeah, so
Dude, half price books, hit it up and then you'll own that. Now, I will say this. Yeah, I am lazy, so if it's streaming, I will stream it because
yeah,
again, Seinfeld we're talking about, right? It's like it's there. I'm always gonna just.
yeah,
I know it's on Netflix. It's my go-to, but then they switch things out, right? So that's when it becomes a problem for me. Is I'm like, damn it, they took it off. You know what I mean? So then
oh
I'm like
dude, yeah,
hunting
yeah, yeah,
around for it. So I don't like that. But yeah, like for instance, Star Wars. I love Star Wars. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
when I want to watch the Star Wars, the OG trilogy, the way I like Star Wars, oh, I go right to the VHS, brother. I got several copies of that.
Ah,
I whenever and it's funny because in my near
dude,
my kitchen.
dude, I need a working VCR. I don't have a
Oh
working VCR.
yeah,
I have some VHS cassettes I want to check out.
dude, invest yourself in one because we
Yeah,
got one, a working one on an old little square TV, like the bigger TV with the big back in
yeah,
our kitchen area. We've got the VCR hooked to it, and it's kind of funny because I have an old NES connected to that too. I was like, it was meant to be like a retro gaming center, but it's kind of become like a retro movie center also too because
yeah,
you can see it from the island in our kitchen. You can see that TV, so it's like, dude, it gave us a great reason to bust out all the old VHS. And dude, it's so funny. The other day, my sister was doing dinner and she had Star Wars on, right? And my
yeah.
dad ends up grabbing a chair and just sitting there, and he's like a kid, like in a chair, just like watching Star Wars. And my nephew's like, What's Grandpa watching?" I said, "He's watching Star Wars the way you should watch it. Like if
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah, yeah.
watch it, watch this version, the
Hell yeah.
VHS cut with there's no George Lucas changes his mind 20 years later and adds a bunch of shit in. I mean, it is like
Where
theatrical
did you
cut.
find this somewhere or like
So
you
the
bought
the
this later in life where you had this?
So Joe, I've always had a copy of the three VHSs from when I did the Columbia House, like 10 for a penny.
No way.
Yeah, so I've always had my three VHS copies of that. They're like one of my prized possessions. And in time, oddly enough, like my sister got gifted a set of the OGs also. Someone had like an early box set that they did before they had added any of that stuff. So she also has a set. And then just recently, a friend of the podcast, Steve, he
Mhm.
gave us another like a box of like VHSs. And like everything in there, Joe, was so cool because it was like all the Dirty Harrys, all the Die Hards, all the Indiana Jones, and then he had the Star Wars trilogy in there. And I was like, holy shit. Now that one I think does have the enhancements, but I was like, man, Steve, this is a great ass box of VHSs where all these,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like complete sets.
So a
So,
friend of the podcast gave that to y'all?
yeah, well, I used
That
to
is
work with
fucking
Steve
awesome.
also,
Oh,
but
okay,
you
okay.
probably heard him pop out usually at the beginning, and
Mhm.
he's usually having a couple of drinks too, and so,
Oh, okay,
but
the Cheers guy.
yeah, cheers, guy. Yeah, and he just was like, "Hey, man, I'm getting rid of these things. Would you like them?" And it was kind of cool. If Double A hadn't have wanted them, I probably would have offered them to you. But he had gave me a bunch of old Sports Illustrateds also, and they
Oh,
were
that's
all,
badass.
yeah, they were all Cowboys or Packers covers. So
Yeah.
I mailed the Packers ones to my Packers buddy, who's in up near Round Rock in the Austin area, and then I gave the Cowboys ones to Double A. He's your fellow
Nice.
Cowboy fan in arms, but if he would have said no, because he has a lot of shit too. Sometimes
Mhm.
he's like, I don't need any more stuff. I would have called you and been like, take these
Oh,
off my
dude.
hands because I don't
Yeah.
want them. So,
That's awesome, dude.
but yeah,
No, dude.
man.
Uh, no, great stuff, Chuck.
Mhm.
You know what came on the memories recently was our little shirt here
Oh man, I
is
love it.
when we got together that one time.
Mhm.
It was such a good time, we did the toy drive, there all day chilling. Me and you got on the mic a little bit,
Yeah,
podcasted a little bit, and then
yeah, with Javi. Yeah.
later on, they let us out of the house a little bit. We didn't know what to do, right?
Yeah, I was worried for y'all, man. I felt
Yeah.
like between you, Chris, and Luck, it was like I was like, oh shit, are we on borrowed time? We really were, weren't we?
I know. I mean, we got out, did some karaoke, man. It was great. It
Yeah,
was
man.
awesome time.
Dude, we gotta really that we should have made that like an annual tradition, Joe. We're getting
Yes.
it right around near that time of year again, and maybe we can
That's
do
why
that
I'm
again.
saying it.
Yeah,
We got to
dude.
do something. Well, I remember I want to say it was last year, but it was probably the year before. You and I met downtown,
Yeah.
like, and it was like right when I was going on my Christmas break. So we got to do it again. It's coming up.
Dude,
It's that time of
absolutely.
year.
Even if it's just me and you, that'd be great. But dude, you know what made that time so awesome also, Joe, that you're talking about with the shirt is that not only did we have, Rizzo and Luck with us, but like
Yeah.
getting Double A out, to a
Right.
bar without his wife, it is pretty rare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that for me was, I was like, wow, I'm actually like just with the guys, the
Yeah.
podcast
We were
guys, you know
in rare air. Yeah. Yeah.
what I mean? For sure.
We didn't
For
know what
sure.
to do with ourselves, guys. Like it wasn't as wild as you think. We had to look for a bar to go to. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely. But
All
worth it.
right.
That's the best times.
Yeah. Um. So if we didn't bury the lead already, our episode today, guys, is available on Netflix. Chuck, you got it queued up here.
I do. Let me see how it's gonna act here. I'll make sure I got my sound down too. Okay.
I'm looking at
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm looking at the screen. He's about to start doing his stand up.
Yeah, I got it paused right where it says car names are so stupid, aren't they?
Uh, uh, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So like I said earlier, I'm gonna start it, dude, and I'm gonna play it low in the background.
Okay.
We got the subtitles on. We could talk about the show. We're probably gonna talk about other shit. So, hey, feel free. You know me, Chuck. Just
Absolutely, man.
know, uh, I won't edit too much. If you want me to cut something, I'll cut something. But you know how Now Watch This goes.
I leave it all on wax, brother. I leave it all on wax. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, you were recording late last night, right?
Yeah, I did. I did a
I
little
heard
late
it
on
was
last
a
night.
little bit darker or
Yeah.
something. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm scared to find out what that means, Chuck.
Oh man, you'll be good. You'll be good. I promise you. So
All
tell me
right,
when
here
to
we
hit
go,
play here,
guys.
Joe.
It's a oh no. Oh, damn it. It's available on Netflix. Seinfeld season 6, episode 8, The Mom and Pop Store. In 3, 2, 1. I don't know if you can hear that, Chuck. I have it on in the
No,
background.
now I can't hear it. No, I can't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I put it a
yeah.
little bit lower.
The mom and pop store, classic. Talk about burying the lead, right, Joe? It's like
Yeah.
Seinfeld. You never knew what the episodes were going to be about, right? Based on the
All right.
titles, you're like, where are we
Well,
going
yeah,
with
yeah.
this?
There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing Thanksgiving about it, and we're gonna
Yeah,
talk about it. But there's one aspect of Thanksgiving in this show. Most sitcoms when they covered Thanksgiving, it was full of food. There was a
mm-hmm.
turkey here or there. There's some great episodes out there. But this one starts with George buying a LeBaron.
Yeah. He's not supposed to get a LeBaron. He already has
No.
his plan. Classic George. He's going to get a Volvo.
Yeah.
He's very
Yeah.
sure of himself, right, Joe? He's like, oh no, I did my research. He's not going to get taken by the car dealer, right? So,
Yeah.
until he drops a little nugget of car dealer wisdom there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. John Voight. And
Yeah,
for the
I
first
love
time,
how
that's the first time we hear it. John Voight
yeah,
is said at least 40 more times in this episode.
and in the I love in the captions it's written John Voight,
Yeah.
JONVOIGHD, right? So uh and again, we said, Joe, that Thanksgiving is not, it's not a part of this episode in the way that we're normally seeing it, where there's like a fight at dinner and there's a dinner and other. But what's
Yeah.
cool is that like Tim Watley, the dentist,
Yeah.
who also becomes Heisenberg. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Walter White.
Yeah. The thing is, again, because they're singles in New York, right? I guess we assume they're 30 somethings, right, at this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
They're talking about the Thanksgiving Eve party that Tim Watley's going to have, right? And I didn't
And
know this till I got older, Joe, but biggest going out night of the year, right?
yeah. And again, it wasn't until, and don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm going out now, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, we probably met the day before Thanksgiving. Because I know it was the day before a break, when we met to go out downtown. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what they're doing.
absolutely.
and
No, and
and
that's cool.
why they want to go to Tim Watley's party is apparently, this is New York. They have the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Right.
Do you watch that, Chuck?
I haven't watched it in a lot of years, like in its entirety. But
Yeah.
like if when it's on, like on that day, if I'm around the TV and we're doing whatever, like I'll turn it on so that I can like see it in the background
Yeah, we put it
and
in the
look at it.
background too.
Yeah, because it's always just like one of those things that you got to have it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Oh no,
and
and I remember my mother-in-law, she would always call us and, hey, the parade's on, make sure the kids are watching and stuff like
yeah,
that. So yeah,
that's
dude,
great.
it was a big thing here.
And in recent years too, there's been some like cool additions on the balloons, right, Joe? Like they've gotten some more like modern characters. Like I think I remember like SpongeBob was a big deal, and I think they
Yeah.
got the pirate kid from the One Piece show or whatever. I think that was like a thing that
Yeah, yeah.
came out, and I was like,
Last year that
okay,
was
like
in, so
kind of neat, right? Like I mean, like I don't watch that, but I mean, like it's like a Japanese anime or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. They got a
yeah.
balloon in the parade. Like they're, I mean, here they're talking about Woody Woodpecker, right? That's kind
Yeah,
of dated,
yeah.
right?
I think
you
he's
know,
still in the parade, man. Like I
I love
think
Woody
he's good.
Woodpecker, man. You know why I love him, Joe? Because he's a
But
troublemaker.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What's the deal with Woody Woodpecker? He's a troublemaker.
Hmm.
All right, so
And
here
then
we go. This is the mom and pop that they're talking about, and
right.
Kramer's always finding these fucking places and stuff. And what's funny is he's telling them like we got to support this mom and pop store, and he's
Yeah.
the one that ends up fucking him up. But later on, like episodes later, you'll see him at the new coffee shop that's put there.
Wow,
Taking
I
a
don't think I ever
latte.
caught that. That's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Seinfeld was
He's
so
telling
great. Like,
Jerry that.
this was great. Elaine's relationship with Mr. Pitt, like I
Uh,
thought them two together was great. This is one of my favorite scenes with them.
yeah.
Um, where he's like, think about it. Think about it. She's like, shut up.
Yeah. I love the idea of talking to your boss that way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But also, he's got her taking the salt off pretzel sticks, Joe. Like,
Yes, yes. Because
how
he has
talk
high
about
cholesterol. He can't have salt.
yeah, but talk about demeaning things your boss has you do. It's like,
Yeah.
well, really? I'm like, okay, because I remember like I've seen this episode several times, and I don't know if it was just this most recent time. I was like, is she taking the salt off the damn pretzels? Like, oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god. Yeah, but
I need
what's
to
going
give
on?
them
There's a
motherfuckers that
radio.
water or something.
Yeah, no shit. Suck the salt off myself. There's a radio contest going on, right, Joe? And it's
Yeah.
like if you can guess the song, you'll get to hold the strings on the Woody Woodpecker balloon at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yes, and Mr. Pitt, while he's rich and I'm sure he can get the shit himself,
Yeah.
he's like, can you guess the next spot? And Elaine, having grown up listening to big band all her life, she's able to guess it. Like music like this, dude, I'm not good with names. I mean,
Oh
music
no.
now, I don't even think I could tell you the names of
Right.
some of the
I
damn
I
songs
think
out
me and
there.
you live in a very specific decade, Joe, which is probably like 90s alt rock. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm with you, man. I like songs from today's era, but I don't
Yeah,
necessarily know who they are or what the song is called.
yeah.
But yeah, so
So like, okay, I gotta ask you then, Chuck, because you told me some stuff before we got on here. Or you
Mhm.
told me some stuff before we started this episode. Uh, if because Midnight Cowboy is like one of the movies that John Voight is actually known for. So
Yeah,
what did
big
you
time.
think? Like when you heard this guy mentioned in this episode before, like who did you think it was? Like, were you
No,
just like,
so
is
so
that
I
Angelina
did
Jolie's dad?
dad, right? Yeah, but also I did know John Voight, Joe, and I'll tell you why. It's because my dad, like, he was like one night I can remember, like it was like the Channel 5 movie of the night, right? It was one of these like kind of cool memories I have with my dad. And we were up late, and Deliverance came on, and I was like, "What movie is
Okay.
this?" And he was like, "You never seen this?" And I'd never seen Burt Reynolds without a mustache, so I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
Burt Reynolds doesn't have a mustache? What? This is gonna suck. And
yeah.
my dad was like, "You gotta watch this movie." And so I was like,
It's
"Okay." So
fucked
I
up.
watched it. Dude, Ned Beatty, Squeal Like a Pig. I mean, my mind was like, but dude, Burt Reynolds with the bow was like badass. And of course, John Voight's in there, which I didn't realize that I also knew John Voight from Anaconda. So it was like, I I was like,
fucking
oh shit,
staring
that
at
thing,
Jennifer Lopez like,
man.
oh,
And
yeah,
I had that
yeah,
voice,
yeah.
anaconda.
And then I mean, like 98, we see him in Varsity Blues, right?
Man, Bud Kilmer, man,
Yeah,
Coach Kilmer, man. I was like, damn, man, when he's hitting him on the head with the whistle,
yeah.
I was like, dude, I mean, just such a great asshole in that movie. But yeah, so I knew like of John Voight, you know what I mean? But I guess I didn't know him from Midnight Cowboy or whatever, which by the way,
No,
great title for a movie.
yeah. And we get this cut here of Jerry where he goes, I don't want to be a cowboy. It was a take on his I don't want to be a pirate a year
Right,
before. But
right.
it's the only time they mention Texas is he's like, I was down in Dallas. They gave me these.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they think they think of us up there is we're down here fucking riding horses, kicking shit.
Yeah. And even then, he was in Dallas, so he's in Jerry's neck of the woods. He's pretty north, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like we're in the
Yeah.
deep south compared to that, Joe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what's funny is because again, in classic Seinfeld fashion, all things tie together. Jerry steps in gum. He's gonna get in the John Voight car. George is like, "No, you can't get in." He's like, "Okay, I'll go change shoes." He doesn't have any shoes because Kramer took all of this guy's shoes to
To the
the
mom
mom
and
and
pop
pop store to get cleaned or whatever. So he's like, "Here, I saved you these," and it's the freaking cowboy boots of all things, right? Which is, I love too how he's got the jeans. You know, he's the jeans
tucked
are tucked
into the
into the
cowboy boots.
boots.
I'm gonna tell you right
So
now, I wear my I mean I wear steel toe boots to work every morning, every day.
yeah,
So every morning you'll catch me at the store with my boots like that. And then when I get to work, I fucking pull them out.
pull him over. Trust me,
Well,
Joe, many a time at work have I been like, I just want to wear my jeans inside my boots just for the pure shit kickery of it.
the chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
uh,
Um,
Fucking
but yeah,
George.
man.
So it's November in New York, and he's driving around in his convertible because, of
Yeah,
course, he would.
right. And I love too earlier in the episode when Jerry tells him, he's like, I think you just bought this car because the guy told you it
Yeah,
was John Voight's and you liked the idea of saying that.
no, I
And
didn't.
he's like, then he's like, well, so what if I did? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, George is so stupid. Like, he pisses me off. You know what I mean? So,
That's the great thing that I found about like Curb Your Enthusiasm after this. Um Larry's interactions with George and stuff like that. Just because it's basically him. And then you start to
right.
like if you're a fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm, you can sometimes see Larry in these episodes. Even though he did do he was Steinbrenner's voice later
Oh,
on. But
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can definitely see his character in these
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah. I mean, the neurosis is certainly
Yeah,
there, no doubt. Like, it's hugely there. But I love this part too, right? Because these guys are like best friends. Jerry
yeah,
starts ribbing him, right? But he's giving it to him hard, right? Like he's like, "Hey,
yeah,
there's this," and he doesn't care. Like I like
yeah.
that too. So then George throws him out of the car. I mean, like that's grounds for like, wait, fuck you, man. You know what I mean?
Dude, I was thinking about it because I was like, I'm gonna have to tell Chuck I would never throw his ass out.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Yeah,
You know, especially as a non-driver, you know. But I guess in
but
New York, maybe because everything's close. You know what I mean? Like I guess you can get.
Chuck, you'd get along so well there. But I was like, the references he makes, right? It's Gregory Peck's bicycle.
Yeah.
That's Barbara McGrath's skateboard.
Yeah, and then right
Oh,
away
dude.
the guys are there, right? He gets out with the
Yeah,
boots on. They're like, "Hey, cowboy, where's your horse at?"
yeah. I don't want to be a
Now,
cowboy.
now, Joe, why is George dressed up right here? He's dressed up for something. Is he going to
Well,
something or?
yeah, George, like he says it here, is George working for the Yankees at this time, and
Okay,
so he's
okay.
going to a meeting with the Yankees, and he's like he's thinking about like what am I talking about? Like I have the whole Yankees at my disposal, and Jerry's like, oh, he'll dispose of them.
Yeah, oh
Um,
yeah,
I love this interaction between Jerry and Elaine. Right? She's like, well, Jerome. Whenever she called him
yeah.
Jerome, like it was gonna be
Right.
something good. And Jerry, as evidenced by his apartment here, is like he's a huge fan of Superman. So he's like, "What do you got for me, Lois?" So
Yeah, I love
anytime he
that.
can sneak that shit in, he does.
I love it. And I always love too that, like, looking over Jerry's shoulder, you got Superman, either the magnet on the fridge or the statue
Yeah.
on the stereo. So that's always like, those are two of my favorite things about Jerry. Um of course, Kramer's like story throughout this one is again with the mom and
The
pop
mom
and the
and pop, yeah.
sneakers, and of course he mentions
And
the
the
electrical
nosebleeds.
wires. Yeah, and the nosebleeds, which they don't explain why he's getting them. It's
Yeah.
just like another thing in the show that
Yeah.
kind of moves it along.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like they had a way of not everything was like a canon kind of thing. I guess. Like
Right, right.
each episode was contained in itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um.
yeah. Sometimes things didn't tie together later on. You're like, wait, what's going on? Like,
Yeah, and these things became like Seinfeldisms, right? Like
hmm
if I were to ask you, like, because what Jerry asked her there was, how did he say it? Did he say Jerry, or why would Jerry bring anything, or why would Jerry like? So now, if you ever phrase a question like that, did you say this, or like did you say it like this? Like that's from Seinfeld, right? Like,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I love too that how Elaine breaks it down. She's like, okay, their plan was to come here, establish trust for 40 years, and then steal Jerry's shoes. Like, it's like, yeah,
yep.
come on, Kramer, it's so out there.
Yeah, that's early Kramer though, man. Kramer was
Oh
always
yeah,
like a conspiracy theorist, but Jerry's
definitely.
right there with them though. Jerry, like Kramer has changed Jerry. Like it's funny. I like to watch that first episode. Like you remember, it started off as the Seinfeld Chronicles, but
Yeah,
um when they talk about when Jerry meets Kramer and Jerry's like, yeah, come over whenever. My
right.
mi casa is su casa. And
And
then,
he's like, okay.
yeah.
And then
Dude, this is great.
Elaine's here in the deli, right, to get
Yeah.
the tickets for Mr. Pitt that they won, and their big band music is playing. You know what I mean? So she's
Yeah.
right next to the horn section. I wanted to
Eh,
bring something up real quick, Joe.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. No, go.
No, just that of course, because I love Seinfeld clips. They come up in my feed all the time on Facebook or
Yeah.
whatever social media I'm on. And I saw this great story. Real quick, we got the great cameo right here, right? John Voight comes
Yeah,
out.
John Voight.
Yeah, Kramer's got blood all down his face.
Yeah.
He gives him a nice nod, right? He's like, "Hey, thanks for acknowledging me, but I gotta go. I'm getting in a cab."
Yeah.
And
Dude,
Kramer starts
Kramer,
to kind
like,
of harass him.
yeah. His whole like mannerisms, right? Like the way he walks, everything that
Yeah,
he does, man, like it just fucking makes me laugh.
yeah,
But
it's so big and so much movement. But yeah, John Voight
don't forget
freaking
what you're
bites
gonna
his
go back
arm.
to.
Oh yeah,
Don't
no,
forget what you're gonna go back to.
I got you. But we just saw John Voight bite Kramer's arm, right? Now, is that based on something, Joe? Is that based on?
No, I don't know. I think that only had to do with okay, like they had to have the episode go to where they were gonna go see the dentist, right?
Right,
And
and compare the
so it
teeth
all met
marks.
there. Now, what bothered me about this episode is like what George is telling him here. Like, okay, Tim Watley called Jerry to ask him for Elaine's address, right? So
Right,
of course
right.
he's invited, but his two best friends here are invited to this party that he's not invited to. And for
Yeah,
one, they're going. Like, there's no question that they're going. They're happy to be invited, and they won't take him
yeah.
because they don't know if he's invited to. What the hell is that? Like, I again that
And
not
he's
it
trying.
didn't throw me off, right?
Yeah,
Because I
and
know
Jerry's
this.
trying to find out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck. I'm just saying, if
No,
I
you're
was going
definitely
to a
right, Joe.
party
Because
and you
I'd
weren't
be a little pissed
invited,
off. As
I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you.
Thank you, Joe, and I'll take that invite too. But also, I would never call you, Joe, to be like, "Hey, Joe, what's Luck's number and Jerry's number to go to something," and not invite you. Like that's so fucked
Hey,
up. You know what I
do
mean?
you have their email? I gotta send them this podcast invite. Like, oh, we're
Yeah,
podcasting?
right.
Yeah,
Seriously,
what?
right? And I get the Elaine thing, right? Because obviously later on, Tim Watley and Elaine have a little something going on when they're
Oh
going to
yeah.
the Super Bowl and all that. But
I was supposed to.
like
Super Bowl sex
yeah,
romp.
right. I get where you're like a guy gonna ask like, hey man, like I know that gal's your friend. Like, can I, in a sense, I'm gonna invite her to my
Yeah.
party. What's her email or whatever? But to he goes out of his way to invite also Kramer and George, and it's like, okay, you invite the guy's whole crew, but not him. You know what I mean? Like it's very asshole-ish.
Dude. And
But no,
then when he asked them later on, "Hey, is that Jerry Seinfeld?" Oh, we didn't invite him. Hey, he
yeah,
didn't come
they
with
turned on
us.
him real quick, right?
I'd be like,
Which is
yeah, that's my boy. What the fuck?
yeah. But that's the thing, right, Joe? That's the
Yeah.
thing of this group. They're very, very into themselves. You know what I mean?
Selfish. I mean, it comes
Very
back
selfish.
at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what was the whole the ending about? Like I mean, it was great. Like all these clips of just them being bad people to bad
Yeah,
bad people to
absolutely.
people, and fucking all of it came back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Jerry's here trying to get someone to look at his tooth because he's got a toothache. Also, you know what I mean? Like another
Dude,
subplot within the
Dennis,
episode.
Dennis.
Mm-hmm. What I wanted to get back to though, Joe, is that I saw so again, I see all these clips and I see old interviews or new interviews come up about old episodes, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this clip, but recently Jerry was talking to somebody on a show, and they were talking about the episode with the whale, right? Where
Oh yeah, yeah,
where
yeah.
George gets the blockage out of the whale's hole. Well, Jerry tells the story there. He goes, "We didn't know that it was going to be the golf ball until the night before." He goes, "The night
Yeah.
before we're going to go film." He goes, "Well, they just said it was going to be a blockage and George was going to get it out." And he goes, "What if the blockage is one of George Kramer's golf balls because he's been hitting golf balls into the ocean?" And then everybody was like, "Oh my god, that's so perfect." And then he goes, "Yeah." And then they say, "You got to have the line where Kramer's like, was it a Titleist?" And he said they had to go through all this stuff with Titleist to
Oh
get the
yeah.
permission to say
To
Titleist. And that they loved it. They were like, "Yeah, definitely say that," or whatever. And it's just like, man, that is one of those things that seems like, man, they must have thought about it for forever to get it all tied together. And Jerry's like,
yeah.
"No, it literally happened the night
It
before."
just came
But
to him, right? Yeah.
yeah, that makes it so much more perfect, right? Where you're like, "Oh
Mhm.
my gosh, these people are like intertwined in this like
Yeah.
crazy ass scenarios," you
Yeah.
know?
It's what I keep going back to it, but it's what I loved about like the Curb Your Enthusiasm season because they
Hmm.
showed the making of Seinfeld, basically.
Yeah.
And then did you see the ending of Curb Your Enthusiasm? Because it did end. Um,
I didn't see it.
the ending, it's about to end. I'm. Can I spoil it for you? Like,
Yeah,
or do you want to
spoil.
watch it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, no, by all means. I'll still
Uh,
probably watch, but yeah.
it's gonna end with Larry David going to jail,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
right before he goes to jail, guess who shows up to fucking to find a loophole in the system to get him out? It's
Jerry?
Jerry. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
And so
I can't wait.
they're walking away and he's like, "We should have did this in the first place." So
I
fucking
love that.
stupid. Oh
I
dude.
love that.
So like this Woody Woodpecker that they show happening, right? It happened because Jerry did it, and Tim Whatley finally admits like he didn't invite him. He's like, "Hey, who invited you anyway?" And
Yeah.
you're a troublemaker, and Jerry has to give him the ha 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 ha. But
Which is
uh,
so
but
perfect also.
yeah, it's an incident that really happened. Like they that clip that they like it happened in the 80s, where Woody Woodpecker, I guess, blew a hole and fucking almost fell on the crowd and shit.
Wow,
So
that's pretty
that's where they
wild.
got that from. Yeah.
And in here, it's like I guess the gift Elaine is bringing to Tim Watley's party. Is that what it is that pops it? That
What was that a gift? Like
I don't know.
I thought
She was.
it like the debate was because I did stupid research on this show. Like I listened to a couple
Uh-huh.
podcasts, stuff like that. They were debating like, is that a gift or was it like what she won at that fucking was it the award?
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. S- that's a good question because it didn't seem like the kind of party you'd bring a gift to. It wasn't a
Yeah, it's
housewarming.
oh fuck it was like it's one thing that thing's one thing uh to pop a fucking balloon, but I
Yeah,
mean that would have killed somebody.
no shit. It looked heavy, and it was like a spike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, the show's wrapping up. I always like the way it did the intro and the outro. But
Yes.
I mean, you said it yourself. You're a Breaking Bad fan. This show had a lot of Breaking Bad people in there, but this
Yeah.
was Tim Watley's first appearance on the show.
Is that right? The
Yeah,
first
yeah, he
one.
does come back for a few episodes here
Several
and there. So
episodes. I
yeah,
remember.
man,
Yeah.
he
The
was a big character.
anti-dentite episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
What's the one? He's like, and you're offended this by a Jewish? Frankly, I'm offended as a comedian.
yeah, that's great. He's like, that's a kneeler, right? He's sitting on there. He's like, Father, I'm Jewish. He's like, that's not a sin. So, the
I've
priest
heard him.
delivery is deadpan.
Yeah, I've heard him talk about him. I can't think of his Bryan Cranston talk about being on the show,
Mhm.
and he was saying like there's that famous episode where uh Jerry's at the dentist, right? And Tim Watley's gonna work on him. And right before he gives Jerry the gas mask, he fucking takes a hit of it.
Yeah.
He was saying that some guy was like, "Hey, it'd be funny," and he's like, "Who the fuck's talking to me?" And it was like a guy doing the lighting above him and shit. But he's like, "What'd be funny is if right before you put it on him, is like you took a little hit yourself."
Dude, I
So
like
I mean,
that.
stuff like that, dude. I mean, it came up. It doesn't
That
seem like the type of show that they would improv much because
Yeah.
everything seems very very well scripted. But you could
Yes.
tell that they did put some stuff in.
Yeah, and I think apparently like Jerry was like notorious for like laughing on set. He like breaks character a lot. You can see him like smirking a lot in scenes. He's doing it in the at the end of this episode, right? Joe, they come back. They kind of come back full circle to the whole
Yeah,
John Voight Midnight Cowboy
Midnight
stuff where
Cowboy
he's
thing. Yeah.
yeah, he's
So
like
okay, you saw this movie. Does it end like that, right? Like, or there's a scene like that, right, in the bus?
yeah, that's like pretty close to the end. It's pretty much like the last interaction with John Voight and Dustin Hoffman, and it's not exactly like verbatim, at all, other
Yeah.
than that he's sick on the bus, and I think he mentioned something about Bellevue or whatever, like not going
I'm not
to
going
there
to
or
no
whatever.
Bellevue.
Yeah, and John Voight is like kind of holding him because John Voight is like this cowboy from like I think he's not even from the South. He just wants to be
Yeah.
like that persona, and he gets to the city and he's trying to like learn his way around. And Dustin Hoffman is like pretty much like the old school definition of like a tramp. Like he's just like this down on his luck guy, and like but he thinks he's like a know-it-all, and he's trying to you remember in Tenacious D, Joe, how like Kyle Gass is supposed to be like, oh yeah, I know Dio, like he's
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
kind of helping educate
Like.
this
Yeah.
bumpkin Jack Black. It's very much like that, you know what I mean, where
Yeah.
he's like, look man, you gotta like get rid of this cowboy persona, and he's like, you gotta do all this, and he knows where he's living in some slum, dude. Like I
Like,
think it's like
it,
not
it,
even
it
like
it's where the "Hey, I'm walking here" comes
yeah,
from.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. And he's kind of trying to help John Voight out, you know what I mean? But he's really not a great help to him. If anything, I think it kind of opens John Voight's character, his eyes to like, the kind of the darker side of realities and the world. And this guy just, lived you know, very I won't even say like fast and loose. He just like lived like very like kind of one of
Like
these
a street
people,
life kind of,
Joe,
right?
that just yeah, the street life. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
living day to day, like however you get, you know what I mean, like to get
And
to the
that
next
song
day.
is pretty prominent in the movie, right? The
Yes, yeah.
"Everybody's talking about
Talking
me."
about me. Yeah, that's the theme or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's so funny, man, that you wanted to cover this because again, like I said, it's just about a year, 2 years ago. I went down the rabbit hole with that Midnight Cowboy. I was even listening to the
Dude.
song on Spotify, and I was like, okay, that's what George is humming when he's like riding around in
Like
John
John
Voight's
Boyd's
car.
car. Yeah.
But again, I think people of a certain age, the age that these guys would have been at the time of this episode, is like that was a movie I guess everybody saw because, like you said,
Yeah.
the performances were well done, and it was it's in I think it does take place in New York, so
And Jerry's
I
no actor. Like he said it himself plenty of
oh
times.
yeah, no,
He's like, I
yeah.
don't act. Larry David says the same thing. He's like, yeah, Jerry and I aren't actors.
Right,
Yeah. So
right. And they don't try to. I don't think they try to
yeah.
because it's funny because he kind of grabs Kramer quickly at the end of the scene on the bus, and Kramer kind of shrugs him off, and he
Yeah.
looks like, well, I don't know what I was thinking, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's got the blood on his nose, but it's such a great again full circle moment. You know, they're
Yeah.
going on
Kramer
go
never
get the
has a
shoes.
nosebleed the rest of the series. Like,
Right, right.
yeah,
You never know why he got freaking nosebleeds. Mom and Pop steal the shoes. They're going to go find them.
yeah, yeah. And
Again,
that the guy that called him, it was kind of a throwback to, well, these guys are selling this because it was owned by, saying that it was owned by Jerry Seinfeld. So it's kind of like
right.
selling the car saying it was owned by John Voight.
Yeah, exactly. A great callback within the episode, and kind of the thing too, where they kind of play with throughout the series, like the level of Jerry's celebrity, right? Like it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you know, you get that maybe he's not that famous, but then he is famous because he's doing the
Yeah.
Tonight Show, things like that. I always love the episode too, Joe, where like Elaine sees his checks and she's like, "I didn't know you pulled down this kind of cash," like,
Yeah.
and he's
And
like,
then she's
"Yeah,
like,
it's like." Yeah, she's very into him again. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And it's kind of funny because it always played to me, even though like this show by no means it's not like a Jim and Pam thing where
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
you're
yeah.
you're hoping for them to get together. They eventually do, but I think I always did secretly hope that Jerry and Elaine would get back together, like
Yeah.
in the show.
Because
Even though like
she dates everybody. I mean,
absolutely,
Jerry, like, dude, like he goes through them. You know,
oh
like
yeah,
he was dating like the hottest chick, like
absolutely,
at every time. So,
yeah,
he did spend his money a little bit. But I mean, the great episode is where he Kramer's like, why don't you just tell Jerry to lend you the money for Elaine to get the apartment there. But I
yeah,
mean, dude, it grew because I know like it wasn't very popular when it first came out.
mm-hmm.
The Seinfeld Chronicles came as a replacement kind of show
Yeah,
at first, and it kind of had to find its audience. But once it did, dude, like I remember I remember it being this way. It's like either you were a Friends guy, or you're a Seinfeld guy.
right,
I always like I was always on the Seinfeld side. I know Friends has had some good Thanksgiving episodes. Like I
yeah,
said, there wasn't much that was Thanksgiving about this episode at all. I believe they have the Festivus episode. There's
mm-hmm.
nothing really Christmassy,
No,
too much about it. So,
yeah.
um,
And I wonder if that's because Jerry and George are supposed to be Jewish in the show, right? Or are, and I know are
well,
Jewish,
Jerry
I think, in real life.
is Jewish,
Yeah,
yeah. So,
yeah. So I mean
maybe
that makes sense to me. I wonder about George Costanza. You know, it sounds Italian. You know what I mean? But I'm curious.
can't
But
stand ya.
can't stand you. Yeah, but yeah, man, Joe. I again, and I know I definitely fall on that Seinfeld side big time too. I did go through a little Friends phase like back in that time because it
Hmm.
was on, and every again, like I said back then, if you weren't watching it, you didn't know. Like you wanted to know. I wanted to know what everyone was talking about with Ross and
Yeah,
Rachel. So I was like,
you were
okay, well, I
like,
gotta.
am I a Joey or a Chandler? Like,
Right, right. So I said, man, I gotta sit down and watch a little bit. You know what I mean? So I could be in the loop. But
yeah.
no, you know, I always talk about it too. Like when I compare like The Simpsons and like people that like Family Guy, as I
Hmm.
say, it's like there's Friends and Family Guy to me. It's like a very like the comedy's right on the surface. But things like The Simpsons and Seinfeld, you know, I'll throw Futurama in there. They go deeper, right? Like the
Yeah.
jokes are layered. There's like layers of jokes. Like we
Yes,
just
yes,
talked about
yes.
it right now. You can watch this series over and over again and catch something
You can
new and
watch it,
different every
yeah,
time.
but you can watch it now, and it's still funny. Like this is stuff that's still relevant.
Yeah.
You can you can't say that for a lot of everything that you've seen. You saw like there was a lot of stuff that was kind of cookie cutter. There was nothing cookie cutter about Seinfeld.
No, not at
They
all.
did one episode that went in reverse. If you remember
Oh
that one.
yeah. Yeah. Where they're in
Um,
India. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, different things. They weren't fucking perfect, like by any means. George
Yeah.
cut corners whenever he could. Stuff like that. Kramer was always looking for a scam. I mean, and like, I liked when they met the Bizarro them,
Oh
and of
man.
course they called it the Bizarro them because Jerry's a
Right.
Superman fan.
Superman fan. Yeah. Feldman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Elaine goes to their house and starts going in the fridge to like, can you ask?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And then how about where George tries to go with her in that same episode and can I come with you, Elaine? She's like,
Yeah.
we already have a George. So, dude,
But
it's just it's great, man. It's a lot of fun.
yeah, dude, I mean, it's one of those that I mean, to this day I put on and I mean, it's nothing bad about it. I can fall asleep too because I'm so comfortable with the show. I know where it's going and stuff like that. And then I could wake up the next day and just keep on watching. I don't have to go back
Right.
and see what I missed and everything like that. Fucking love Elaine's dancing.
Oh yeah.
You know, her first relationship with Mr. Witt, and then uh, the when she was at the magazine later on.
Of the Peterman catalog.
Peterman
Yeah.
catalog, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, it was just man. It always had these funny characters. I mean, Jay Peterman,
Hmm.
Nazi,
Uh,
stuff like that. The two street toughs that
oh
steal the
yeah.
from Kramer.
The armoire. Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt, man. And
Who
those guys
who doesn't
come back
wear
later
a pin?
on. And it's funny, right, Joe? Because like there's I think there's an and this is actually a great season because I was actually reading through the other episode titles and I was like, wow, there's like a lot of good with the race.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of good ones in this season. Because like you said, it kind of had to find its legs early on, but then once it hit its stride, man, it was like really perfect from there on out, I
Yeah.
think. And again, too, the laughs, I guess I could see how they're not for everybody because it's very nuanced and it's like if you don't watch a whole episode, then you're not gonna. There's not just like you can watch it in pieces and get funny parts. You kind of got to see it in its
Well, yeah.
entirety to appreciate it.
Yeah, it's just like the episode we talked about today. It's like um you're not gonna get those Midnight Cowboy references
Yeah.
if you don't know it, right? If
Right.
you don't know
Absolutely.
John
Yeah.
Boyd at all, like it's not important to you at all. So,
Yeah.
but
And for me,
uh,
you know, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
no, oh no, I was gonna say no, we're coming up on an hour here.
Uh
I don't
huh.
want to take too much more of your time, but I do want you to get out. Like, I do want you to talk about your show and
Yeah.
just another Friday night, and I kind of want you to sell yourself a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
get out there on the street and make me some money.
I'll do the best I
Yes,
can, brother.
let's go.
Well, guys, if you enjoy Now Watch This, and I think that you will most certainly enjoy Just Another Friday Night, we are live on most Fridays. If not an alternate day, we've had some alternate days recently, a Wednesday and a Saturday recently, but most Friday nights we are live on YouTube on our channel there, which is Just Another Friday Night. If you're looking for us on any social media, you can find us at JAFN Podcast on Instagram, on TikTok, Spotify. But if you can't find any of those, you can get to our link tree by going to justanotherfridaynight.com and it'll take you to all the links to all of our socials. We got a little bit of merch. And if you guys really are interested and you listen to one episode and you like it, just reach out to me in the DMs and I will send you some merch. Joe knows. Joe is our first ever contest winner that we tried out. Joe won some comic books from us way back when, I remember. And
I
it's just
still
a
got him.
great. That's awesome, man. Yeah. And it's just fun to sit around and shoot the shit. Like I said, we're live. So like Joe said, he'll join us in the comments. And if you're in the comments and you're talking about what we're talking about or something else, you might say, hey, I saw this show that was great. You know what I mean? Like we'll
Take the show
definitely.
in a completely different episode, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're there to hear you out. We like that live aspect of being able to engage and interact with the audience. I mean, and again, it's all things like we said, pop culture. Joe mentioned our episode last week. We talked about sci-fi and fantasy, the heroes and the villains that we enjoyed. We did some dystopian movies before that, and we just covered uh I'm trying to think what else because
Spawn.
we did Halloween Spawn. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Spawn.
You had the Halloween guy on.
Yeah, we had a
You
comic book
you
creator.
guys have
Mhm.
done a few comic book creator episodes where you've had interviews on.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. We've got Joe on there with us
yeah,
on
we've
more
been
than one
on.
occasion. Yeah, we
Yeah,
if you want to hear the inception of Now Watch This, we
yeah,
got
yeah,
those
yeah.
guys on there talking about that. The episode dedicated to you guys in this show, Joe, which we continue to love and foster. We feel like one
No,
grew out of
no,
the other.
I appreciate it, brother. Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, come check us out. Again, justanotherfridaynight.com or at JAFN podcast on all the socials. And we'll be live tomorrow night. We're actually going to talk about, I'll give a spoiler here, a sneak peek, Joe. We're going to talk about the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein that came out on
Yes.
Netflix.
Oh,
Man,
it
we
is
loved it.
so fucking good.
Dude, what about just to look at, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Wasn't it just like a feast for your eyes?
Yeah, yeah,
And
everything about it. It made me want to get into that world more.
Yeah.
Made me want to think about the vampire aspect of it. Like, are they
Absolutely.
gonna go that direction? I
I
gotta
want
tell
more.
you, I gotta
Yeah.
finish the last of it. Like,
Okay.
if the wife's still awake, we might get the last of it in right now. But
Good.
I wanted to say you forgot to mention. I didn't hear you mention in there. Uh, uh, just Another Friday Night has a Facebook group called the Friday Night
Mm.
Faithful,
Yeah.
and we interact in that group a lot. So again, if you're on Facebook, I recommend you join the group. It's a great way to post, interact with other members of the Friday Night Faithful. So please, you guys, 255 episodes in, man. Congratulations, Chuck. Like,
Thank you,
again,
Joe.
I will always support you guys, and I'm still waiting for my fucking invite to get back on with you guys. So
Yeah, man, we
let
got
me
to make
know,
that
bro.
happen. You know, we're always waiting for the right thing. I feel like when I need you, you're like, I didn't see it. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it yet. I'm like, shit. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so,
Hey,
you know,
but I
stay.
say, like, one of the best times I had this year was I think I was on the way home from a work function. Chuck called me. He's like, "Can you be on in like 10 minutes?" I was like, "Give me 10 minutes. I'll be there."
Yeah. Yeah,
And we got
absolutely.
on
Dude,
real quick, dude. It was a
what
great episode.
what a great conversation, Joe.
Yeah,
That was another one that was really wonderful because you know what? I don't really get to talk comedy with a lot of people. So we
yeah.
talked a lot about comedy and that's one of my
Stand
favorite
up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
subjects. So I appreciate you, man. Like, you know, I got your back, bro. I know you got mine. So
Yes,
um
sir.
yeah, man, come check us out, guys, and also keep supporting Now Watch This, man. This is one of the best San Antonio, South Texas podcasts out there. Joe and Lucky are great, and Joe doing his solo thing is great too. So we wanna keep supporting them and showing them love.
Thank you, brother. And like I said, watchers, we are coming back. I got some great things planned for the rest of November and into December. Chuck, have y'all thought about Christmas yet, man? What do you got coming down?
Man, we haven't thought about it at all, Joe. I think we're
Mhm.
trying to get through Thanksgiving, and only because you know we know that when that month comes, that the heavy lifting, like you mentioned earlier, Anthony and Tiz,
Mhm.
obviously our good friend Jerry D, and Totally Red Christmas. If we drop the ball, we know that those guys are going to definitely give
They're
you
pick us up.
the Christmas you need. Man,
Yeah.
maybe we should reach out to those guys, whatever. Maybe get you on there too. We do something, some holiday cheer, something. I
Yeah.
mean. You know what haven't they touched or what haven't we touched? You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh,
kind of
dude,
hard.
it's hard because they've been everywhere, man.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah. We might have to find like something obscure. And again, I don't even know what would be obscure for those guys, but we're gonna try to find something. You know what I mean? Maybe
It's got to be 80s ish. It's got to
I
be
was gonna
80s ish.
say, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not for us on Just Another Friday Night. Maybe
Yeah.
something that they can't cover on Totally
That's
Rad
right.
or Tiz. You know what I mean? I've always
Yeah.
told you. What about those the creepier Christmas movies? Eyes Wide
Well,
Shut,
yeah.
American
I mean,
Psycho.
I don't want to spoil it, but I think Jerry has a Cosby episode coming up during the Christmas season that
Okay,
I got on
okay.
with him. So
All right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But again, guys, um, you're gonna find Chuck here again. We're gonna do it again. I think we still have to do Clerks 2.
Ooh, all
We
right.
still have to do Chasing Amy.
Ooh.
So Chuck is my guy if I'm doing a Kevin Smith movie. So Chuck will be back in if not by Christmas, definitely in the new year, guys. So that's all I got for y'all now. Thank you, watchers. Keep watching and keep listening. Thank you.
This is Dr. Dre. Party's going on. Thank God it's Friday.
Ding, ding, dong. Ring, ring, ring. Yeah.